Hello everyone, welcome to BayernNow, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan. I'm on the wrong screen. I just realized I'm on the wrong screen. Well, Hansi Flick does demand transfers, and this is one of them. But superb signing from Bayern. Alexander the Great, new boy. Oh, let's go. Oh my god, I can't wait to see this guy in action. But 23-year-old goalkeeper from Schalke. Guess what? Schalke let him run down his contract. I don't understand what it is with Schalke. They do this a lot where they let their key players run down their contracts because they don't want to pay them more money. But then they get mad when those players get offered contracts to other clubs and actually choose and end up going to those clubs. Very conflicting logic because you're the one doing it. But Nübel has chosen wisely. He has chosen FC Bayern. He can be Germany's number one for the next 10 years. He can be that guy. He can be a role model for the Schalke youth products. He is the next Manuel Neuer, touted for greatness, but superb player. If you look at Schalke's season last season, he was the reason why they got to Europe. Not Europe. They got to a mid-table spot. But they were getting relegated, I thought, at the beginning of last season. I was like, Schalke are getting relegated. But his performances kept them up. And over the last few years, he's been showing himself. He was wearing the captain's armband, which shows me his leadership qualities. And it shows me that Schalke value him highly. They're just stupid enough to let him go to a club without any payment from him. But this is a superb signing for Bayern because, like I said, he can be Germany's number one for the next 10 years if his career path goes according to plan. Manuel Neuer is superb. And actually, he won't just walk into our goalkeeper. No, Neuer is one of the best goalkeepers in the world still. In the next 2-3 years, we should start to see Alexander Nübel start becoming our number one by the age of 26, 25, because that's how goalkeepers mature. A 25-year-old CDM is not as good as a 25-year-old goalkeeper. A goalkeeper that's 25, that's when he's starting to hit his prime. Most players in other positions hit their prime at 23, 24, and then you start understanding how they can be good. But goalkeepers are different. They mature a lot later, and they age like fine wine. Oh, Manuel Neuer is the epiphany of that. He's like 34, and he's still balling. But Nubel's coming into the club. Welcome to the club. I can't wait to see this guy in action. Some of his strengths, I didn't actually know. Who scored didn't tell me. Apparently he has no strengths, but I figured it out, did the math in my head of any games I've seen him play. His reflexes are amazing. Bang, bang, absolutely amazing. I've seen him. I saw a clip of him making like 5 saves in one freaking go. And people are going to be confused. They're going to be like, well, he makes mistakes for Schalke. Well, look, here's the difference. Manuel Neuer has Alaba, Davies, Boateng, and Pavard. An excellent defense, an excellent mixture right there. Not Pavard. Alex Nübel. Who does he have? who are Saka? I don't even know who he's. Salah? Sane. Some guy named Sane. Salif Sane. Tall as hell. That's Schalke's freaking center back. Who else? Nastastic? Kabak? Young player? He doesn't really have a good defense. So I would expect him to be crap for Schalke. But he isn't. And the thing is, Schalke's defense obviously being crap, Schalke's whole team is crap. They average less possession than Bayern. I think Bayern averaged like 60% plus possession in the league and also in the Champions League. And actually, if you look at the entire stats, Schalke averaged like maybe 52, right? They're a possession team. They're a pressing team. So not only do they have worse players than us, they also average way less possession, which means he faces more shots per 90, which means, and his save percentage you think would be low because he's facing a lot more shots. No, he actually makes a similar save percentage to Manuel Neuer, which is crazy because he's facing more shots in the box and Neuer is facing less. So if Neuer out of 5 shots makes 4 of those saves in the box, Neuer has an 80% save percentage. Nubel can have an 80% save percentage, but he's facing like 50 shots in the box every game. That's how it works, and I think he's a superb player. He's shown me his maturity by wearing the captain's armband, not something you just hand to anyone if you're Schalke. Schalke are a culturally sound club. They have a lot of history, but I also, it's crazy how they actually gave him the captain's armband while also not renewing his contract. They thought that would probably make him want to take less money or something. But another thing, penalty box. He's very commanding in the air, and I think he's superb at it. I'm not a fan of these goalkeepers that only know how to save. You have to be commanding of your box. You have to. I don't want you making silly mistakes like coming out and punching the ball like some little girl. Nah. We need you to be commanding. I like that. That's why I love Neuer. He obviously is the most complete goalkeeper in the history of goalkeeping, the greatest of all time. But what Neuer does so well and so excellent is he commands his box like a man. That's what I like. I like him when he comes out and just kills whoever he needs to kill to get the ball. And that's what happens. Goalkeepers like Neuer will never be forgotten. Defenders or strikers in the penalty box when it's a corner will never forget how physically imposing Manuel Neuer really is. He'll just come out, pow, punch the ball out. That's what I love. Nübel can do that. He can definitely be the penalty box commanding goalkeeper. His corner handling is awesome as well. I meant to put crosses. That's why I just put corners. I'm like, what? I was thinking of crossing, and then I decided to put corners for some reason. But his corners and his crosses are very superb. A lot of goalkeepers get underrated for this trait. Every single cross would go in if goalkeepers didn't have good positioning to interpret those crosses and intercept them or catch them. Have you realized? A lot of what goalkeepers do, since a lot of teams cross nowadays with their fullbacks, they have to read crosses and actually catch them. People think it's so easy. Have you ever been in goal? I've been in goal, not as a goalkeeper, just for fun. And we were just practicing crossing. Bro, it's very difficult to predict where exactly your hands are going to be and when you jump, where the ball is going to land. It's difficult because crossing is an art, but it's also very hard as a goalkeeper when you have 50 shots barraging at you. So Alexander Nübel is absolutely superb at it. He can read the crossing situations, get in front, bang, ball. Man, take the ball. Wakanda forever. That's what he can do, and I love that about him. His handling as well. A lot of goalkeepers, Sepp Maier was the first one to do this, where, you know what, a shot came in dangerous, you just catch it. A lot of goalkeepers did not used to do that. Where a shot comes in wide, he just catches it and holds it like this. Absolutely superb technique. Sepp Maier is the first one to ever do that. Not Gudmuller. Gudmuller was ripping goalkeepers apart. He wasn't one himself. But Nübel can be that handling goalkeeper. He can just catch the ball. Simple. I don't like these goalkeepers where a shot's coming at them and they just, punch it away. No. Of course, when it's a hard shot and you're not sure, you don't want to build your chest and destroy it at the same time. You don't want to build it in the gym and then just destroy it with a ball that you're not sure about. You can punch it that time. But I like it I would just like that. When a goalkeeper, if it's like especially a penalty, where it's an open play penalty, not like some penalty shootout, just catch that ball, man. Just if you feel like you can, have the confidence. His weakness is his long passing. This is another reason why people say, oh, Nübel, he can't be a Bayern, blah, 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 blah. His long passing is superb. Even though it says it's its weakness. Well, think about this. Schalke are not a possession team. So, this guy will probably make more clearances / long balls than Manuel Neuer does, than Gulácsi at Leipzig does, than Berkey at Dortmund. He's very different because of Schalke's system. And I think because Schalke don't have that big tall man that can hold the ball like Lewandowski, when Manuel Neuer whacks a ball, it's going to Lewandowski and he's holding it up like at least 6 times out of 10. Muller's holding it up 5 times out of 10. There's a bigger chance for Neuer's long balls to be held, while Nübel is having to play with these, bang average players around him, and he's whacking the ball to them and they are not holding it up. So of course it looks like his long balls are crap, but in actuality they are not. Discipline is another weakness. Someone was telling me about this player, Steven Bergwijn, from the Netherlands league, right? Dutch league. He was telling me that this guy, we could sign him, but he's lazy, he won't run. And I was thinking, when you're at FC Bayern, discipline should not be your issue. Like, you should be the most disciplined player of all time. A lot of players that you would say were big egos at their club, when they came in Bayern, they just chilled, because that's how it works here. You are not the best player on our team. No one is. Lewandowski surely should not think he's the best player on that team. Alphonso Davies surely should not think he's the best player on that team. Because at any moment, any given moment, any of our players can become better than you overnight. And you would lose your spot. So Nubel's discipline is not an issue for me. No player's discipline. If a player that isn't disciplined, I don't care if Bayern think that's an issue. No, sign that guy if you care about him, if you want ballers. Because at the end of the day, Bayern's a prestigious club. We aren't about, hey, discipline. No, you have to be disciplined at Bayern. And Nübel, welcome to the club. Can't wait to see what he does here. It's just one of Hansi Flick's main signings before we get the real big ones. The real big ones. Because now we're just waiting for the signings. Oh, God. And this could mean that Sven Ulreich leaves as well, which I'd happily let him go for free. Because I think Ulreich has been very average at his time at Bayern. He's never really pushed for number one. That's what I like about backup goalkeepers. I feel like backup goalkeepers should be able to push the number one. When was the last time Sven Ulreich pushed Manuel Neuer for his position? Remember last season, in some stages, Neuer wasn't in form. No one pushed Neuer. He had to push himself. And I think, yeah, we can't have Ulreich if we're going to have Nübel, are we? Because unless you send Nübel out on loan, which would be stupid because he's such a good goalkeeper, and he would actually push Neuer for that spot. And I think the know-nothing games, the teams, the Farmers League teams, the actual Farmers League teams, you know, people think the Bundesliga is stupid, but the actual Farmers League teams in the league, or the Champions League that we play, those are the ones that I feel Nübel will play. He has to be playing in those types of games. The Olympiakoses, you know, nobody gives a crap if you lose against Olympiacos. No one cares if you win either. Well, actually, if you lose, it's going to be a big deal. But no one cares. The Basels, the young boys in the Champions League. Yeah, these are know-nothing teams. Nobody gives a crap. These types of teams that just got in cause not because of anything special, just cause. So, yeah, these are the types of teams that I feel like Nübel should be playing against. And then slowly over time, he'll start putting himself in that equation to be our number one goalkeeper. And I think that will be when I can say, wow, Nübel, you're our number one goalkeeper. So it's really, really important for that to be the case. But thank you everyone so much for watching this. I'm actually recording this before I go live. So maybe you're seeing this and I'm also live. So make sure you check in on that. But thank you everyone so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you're different, if you're new around here. BayernNow is constantly growing. But thank you everyone so much for watching. Mia san mia and peace.